This is episode 4 of the Second Kings podcast. Ross, go ahead and take it away with trivia.
I needed like one more minute to think.
See, this is the issue. You said you were ready.
Okay, I am ready, but I don't remember the exact name. I mean, can you do my thing for sure?
Just give it your best shot.
Okay, so one of Jacob or Israel's son, this is referring to the book of Genesis. No. Oh, okay, I know now. So one of Jacob's sons was Judah, and Judah had 3 sons. The firstborn died because God thought he was wicked. What was his name?
I mean, can we get multiple choice?
Wait, hold on. Let me think for a second.
You don't know it.
Wyatt just read the book of Genesis.
Oh, well, then maybe. I mean, like, Judah's sons?
He has 3, if that helps. I'll give you the story.
The
I'll paint a
son, the
picture.
father, and the daughter.
Can you like name the 3 and we have to pick like which one was the wicked one or something?
The thing is, I think I could only name 2, but I could give you the story. And the first 2 that were born both died.
I love questions that need a
And
whole 5-minute backstory.
Judah, so Judah had 3 sons. Was the.
I'm gonna guess
Can we restart it?
Kind of sounds like Myrrh from
It's
Impractical
Ur?
Jokers.
It was ER. That was a very bad mix.
All right, so
That was
Okay.
trivia.
that was a
Mix
good-
up. So is the firstborn's name. So who was the second? The second son also died.
Is it a popular name?
Oh.
Was popular? It's in the same ballpark.
Was not popular.
Um,
I haven't heard of in a while.
If you want, I can give a
Ur is actually the
backstory.
name of the country where Abraham is from.
I can give a backstory too of the second son. He died because he was given the wife of the first born son that died, and
Kinda
he did not
clutch.
want to have kids with her because it wasn't.
His brother's
Yeah.
wife.
So why did that mean he died?
You
Because he
know.
like came on the floor or whatever, and God was like, "No." That's actually like the story. You could get a fact check, but
He what on the floor?
semen on the floor.
Hmm.
It happened, man. Book of Genesis, check it out.
No, I guess I'm not doubting you, but just an interesting thing
I
to
mean,
bring up in the podcast.
If I am wrong about that, that is an interesting thing I imagined or read. I thought I
Are you
read.
sure this wasn't like a dream of yours?
This
Maybe?
is Ross's dream
Where
last
you
night.
and your brother, you took your
This
brother's wife.
actually-
Rip Lily.
I think that this could have been one of who was it? This could be one of. Why can't I think of his name? I'm stupid. Joseph. Duh. This was one of Joseph's
King of Dreams.
Yeah,
It's
it
a
was one of
movie.
his dream.
Well, he interpreted dreams.
I
The
know.
famine,
He was
yeah.
really good. All of them.
Yeah, he was like the king's like guy.
Yeah.
The Pharaoh.
So do you guys have no answer to the Onan was his name, I believe.
Odin
Onan.
from Thor.
And if somebody wants to get the fact checked on if he came on the floor, just
Please
Bringing
stop
that up
saying
again.
that. Yeah. Trying to move past it, man.
Go ahead and leave a comment down below if Ross is right on that.
I'm looking it up, bro.
We're getting a fact check actually.
I mean, I'm trying to, but
We're trying.
I'll fact check first.
okay. This is Genesis 38, verse 6. And Judah took a wife for his firstborn, and her name was Tamar. But Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord put him to death. Then Judah said to Onan, Go into your brother's wife and perform the duty of a brother-in-law to her. What is the duty of a brother-in-law?
I don't know.
and raise up offspring for your brother.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
But Onan knew that the offspring would not be his, so whenever he went into his brother's wife, he would waste the semen on the ground so as to not give birth or as to not give offspring to his brother. And what he did was wicked in the sight of the Lord, then he put him to death also.
Oh,
See?
don't pull out.
Personally, I did not know the word semen was in the Bible, personally.
ESV. It probably wasn't.
It was ESV.
Well, yeah, no, because that's why I'm reading and I read.
ESV is going ham on
We
the
can check King
vocab.
James to see what word they use. It says, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he give seed to his brother.
Oh. That one's more up to your imagination.
ESV just went 100%.
ESV just wants to
semen,
be
though.
direct. Honestly based. So
Yeah, so I guess
anyways.
that confirms masturbation is bad. This was Old Testament, which was pretty obvious. But
that's even the topic of this week's podcast.
No. So the topic is it worth it to go from smartphone to flip phone in today's world? I have personally, one time I told my dad that because I wanted one, but I wanted to have a reason to tell people that I got one, and not just to be like, I got one because I thought it would be like cool, or like I just wanted one just to get out of reality or whatever. Like I was like, Dad,
escape the matrix.
Right. I was like, Dad, if you give me like $500, I'll like get a flip phone or like $100 or something like that. And I was like, I'll get a flip phone. He was like, no. And then I was like, dang.
Yeah, well, I feel like you get a flip
and that was
phone.
the last time I discussed owning a flip phone. That was like 4 years ago or so.
I feel like if you were to get one and you were to like go from a smartphone, it would be to limit screen time.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, limit screen time, but I mean, not just to limit screen time, but to limit like what's on the screen, obviously.
Yeah. The psychosis.
Right.
Like no calculator app, no YouTube Shorts,
no GPS. You can buy GPSs though. Like I had one. Like my family had
like
one.
it's so nice to just like have it in my pocket.
I mean, like when would you need it? They would be in your pocket that you would need like I mean, there are times, but like mainly it's just in the car.
I guess.
Except for that one time when you're stranded somewhere and you don't have your car. It could happen.
I mean, I'm not saying
at me like it would
no,
happen, but it could definitely
happen.
happen.
Obviously, like smartphone is like definitely more
there's a reason smartphones
yeah,
exist.
I mean, there's a reason there's a GPS on it. It makes life more convenient, but what is the trade-off of that convenience? Like, is it worth it?
What's the opportunity cost?
Well,
exactly.
Having a smartphone is like you just waste all your time on it. And it's like I'm trying to limit my screen time.
No, right.
So that's why you would take the chance of you might get lost somewhere and never find your way back. But you have less screen time.
Yeah, and I mean your like your mentality is probably better.
Oh yeah, social media.
No, yeah, like I am addicted to my phone.
Oh, of course.
Like my screen time.
I don't know if we need to do this right now.
I mean,
I don't know if I don't know if I want to drop mine.
Mine's actually pretty good. I'm at 2 hours and 16 minutes. My daily average this week is an hour 31 minutes.
What?
But that's just
how's that possible?
That's just Sunday, Monday.
I'm not going to say my weekly average, but what I will say is so far today, it is at 0 minutes. However, it did just cross midnight. So yesterday, it was 2 hours and 52 minutes, which is under 3 hours. I think any day under 3 hours is a success for me.
My daily average last week was 2 hours 24 minutes.
It's better than mine. I'm not going to say
my daily average. I don't know if I'm seeing this right.
Lane's about to blow us out of the water.
Is this one? Am I looking at the right thing?
Yeah. It's just Sunday,
2 hours
Monday.
16 minutes.
2 hours 16 minutes.
So I'm definitely not going to say mine, but
well, you have to say it.
That's based on Sunday and Monday.
Go to last week though, Lane. That'll give it better.
I don't know if I want to look at last week.
Well, you must, because I said mine.
I honestly don't. There's day, week. How do you go to last week?
Yeah, I don't have a weekly average.
Are you sure you have last
Yes.
week's play?
Scroll down a little bit, and at the top, the week will pop up, and then you can toggle between. Just scroll down a little bit.
So the week of
Go ahead and give that a share,
uh,
Lane.
5 hours and 8 minutes
Ooh.
for your weekly average
of last week. Yeah.
So
Very unfortunate.
Of last week,
so much of it is YouTube.
Same.
Oh my gosh, that is way too much YouTube, bro.
Of last week, my low was 2 hours and 32 minutes of the lowest day of the week. My high was 7 hours 56 minutes. So,
but here's the thing: if you could see my computer screen time,
yeah,
it like that is where I'm compensating. Like mine might be like the lowest out of us, but like my computer screen time is probably the highest, honestly.
How about iPad?
Don't have one. So what's the meta? Like, so I feel like if I just
you can like set limits. I honestly need to just start doing that probably. Just like you can like set limits on apps. Like
But
don't let me use more than this.
here's the problem.
What about computer?
You go to your computer. You go to your
yeah,
TV.
I'm just gonna go to my computer. Just go to the TV.
I feel like it's better. Because
I don't think
healthy.
computer is not better. TV is better.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to set down my. I'm gonna have to know. I'm gonna have to be like, I know I need to not be on it, and I'm still gonna go to my computer. Which sometimes I probably still will. But like, if my phone doesn't let me go to my computer, I'm gonna have to think. I'm gonna have to be like, I know I shouldn't be going to my computer right now, but I'm going to anyway. Which sometimes will make me stop.
Yeah, this is a trap I fall into though. I'm like, I know I shouldn't be on my phone. I'm on my screen way too much. But I'm like, just 10 more YouTube shorts. And then I'm not getting what I want, and I'm like, let's just keep on going.
No, yeah, I feel like
set it the time. Once the clock hits 50, then I'm done.
But you
and then
I
get to, might as well just end it an hour.
If your phone, like you can make it so your
computer
phone stops you.
Computer.
But I don't think you're, because if you're in Ross and you're like just 10 more, and then you go after 10, and your phone shuts it off, you're like, okay, I'm not gonna go to my computer.
Then what?
I think. Then I don't know, read a book, do something else.
Yeah, like if the other option is reading a book, I'm going to computer. Like it might work for the first week, and then at the second week, you'll be like,
well, I don't always have the book with me, so might as well just pretend it's not there this time.
Which is why, like,
read the Bible.
I think where technology should have stopped for entertainment purposes is TV, or like. I think,
man, I like me my Call of Duty though recently.
I think all like the social media. Somehow I think YouTube is okay because the barrier to entry getting popular on YouTube is high. But like on TikTok and like Instagram, like there's so many people. Well, you're seeing so many people. It's so easy to get a lot of likes. And so I think that's where I think
well, you're kind of talking more
comes
like
from.
Content creation and stuff like that, with like saying like TikTok and like likes and stuff. I just think that like watching a million like TikToks or YouTube shorts or whatever, it's got to be bad for the brain. Like the short-term dopamine.
It is bad for the brain on just like on a base level. But what I think White is saying, or at least what I would think, is the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Like when we spend time on YouTube Shorts, we're just trying to get like entertainment, which is bad for us, but that's all we're seeking. When someone is going through TikToks or Instagram or whatever doing the same thing, especially probably like younger kids than us, and especially like younger girls, that's like they are like, I need to become this. Right? Like, you know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
yeah.
Like and they're like it's like, how do I one up these people? Like, how do I get more likes? Like, I need to get more likes. I need to be popular, blah, blah, blah. And we're just watching, like,
Andrew Tate.
Jordan Peterson.
Like, Blade Runner remake.
We're watching Shark Tank,
just actually. Like, the, like, Doomer Sigma compilation. But regardless, but it's like, we're not, like, we're not trying to, like, chase something that, like, younger, I think it usually is younger girls are like, I need to be popular. I need people to like me, and blah, blah, blah. We just watched a movie about it, actually.
No, and, like,
called
Ingrid goes west. Ingrid goes west.
Yeah,
but no, like good. I see the reason I think
was good though.
The reason I think YouTube is okay, and I think you guys understand, but like there's not like compared to TikTok or Instagram, there's not as many people who are popular
Yeah.
that you can watch versus TikTok. There may be like 100,000 influencers versus YouTube. There might be only 10,000. Those are not real numbers.
That's terrible numbers. There's a million YouTube
I mean,
channels.
But
it's
do you-
But you only
different.
see
the
the big
popularity
well,
spread is different.
and
Yes, probably.
I don't know if it's that, but it's more so like why you get popular. Like people get popular on YouTube for different reasons than people who get popular on TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok, you upload one video, it goes viral. All of a sudden, you got like 10K followers. YouTube, you have one that goes viral, you may get like
Tier list.
a few hundred subscribers.
Right.
And also like,
And it's just well, sorry, go ahead.
no, you can go.
I mean, I've like circled back to this like 3 times, and
Well,
it's not really like.
I
cooking.
also was circling back to things, and you guys still weren't getting it.
No, yeah, someone's not getting what I'm saying.
Like, I feel like you guys are not understanding what I'm saying.
Well, I don't think it's true.
The thing is, it is.
The spread, like there
Yeah.
are many, like there's like many YouTubers with 1 million subscribers these days.
Okay.
Like,
But
And there's also even more with not a million, like
500K.
ourselves.
so what I'm saying
Like
is
millions and
the
millions
amount of YouTube channels that are above 1,000 subscribers to the ones that are not, that spread is less,
well, okay.
is a lower ratio than TikTok,
I could buy that.
I don't know
where it is easy to get popular.
No one has any sources, but I could buy it.
I mean,
This
I
is
would
all
buy
from
it.
observation.
I would buy it, but I think that can. I mean, that's because one, YouTube has been around 10 years longer than TikTok, and people just make random accounts and upload 3 videos, and it doesn't work out. Whereas TikTok's only been around for like 3 years, right? And also, but on YouTube, like on TikTok, it makes sense for one person to have one account because it's like it's about me. But on YouTube, I can make a podcast YouTube channel, a Star Wars YouTube channel, a Sigma YouTube channel. Whereas like I can have like 5 different YouTube channels on YouTube. So the ratio from me 1 to 5, one person could have 5 YouTube channels, but one person's not going to have 5 TikTok accounts. They're only going to have 1. So I think that could be part of it. So it's not that there's more people on YouTube just because there's more accounts. Got him.
And
Like I don't.
What's the
What's
point?
your point?
my point is there's less
Like
people
what?
popular on YouTube than TikTok.
I don't. It could be.
If it was true,
But
what if
I-
it was a crazy
Here's
ratio?
the biggest
But
difference.
could that's just because TikTok is more popular right now than YouTube? Because it's more
No,
popular
it's
with younger
not.
kids. Yeah, with kids, yeah, it definitely is.
Nothing beats YouTube for entertainment.
I'm pretty sure TikTok is number 1.
TikTok, Ross, for like
Well,
for our,
I mean,
for our age,
let's just say nothing beats
our
YouTube
age
for
and younger.
I wish
it's
we had like a
TikTok.
guy that could like search up things like on the like
Philip?
Joe Rogan has.
Okay,
Our age and younger, I almost promise TikTok and Twitter are probably higher than YouTube.
Twitter, no way, dude.
and
Okay,
Instagram.
listen,
probably.
listen to this. So
Beat that.
I was gonna.
I think
say,
TikTok is number. I think it beat Facebook this year. I think that was.
Oh, well, look at Meta stock.
I was gonna say something so incredibly good, like maybe the greatest point that anybody would ever hear, but unfortunately,
Well,
I
listen to
forgot
this.
it.
What I was gonna say before was like the reason you get popular on YouTube is because you like whatever you make like a cool Star Wars video. That's all I can think.
Star
of, right?
Wars.
Well, anything you like
Big Star Wars
Vsauce
guy.
like you actually are like a lot of the times, not every time, but on YouTube, they're putting effort into their stuff, and it's usually like quality. Not all the time, but I'd say like
The successful ones.
a lot of the successful ones, it actually is at least somewhat quality and somewhat putting effort into. Whereas on TikTok, it's like the successful ones is just like a hot girl dancing. And it's like, and that's why you're getting popular. And so it's like, oh, well, I'm getting popular, so I need to keep doing this. I need to keep like selling my body online and just like dancing and blah, blah, blah. And then people are like, oh, well, I want to be popular. How do I do that? Oh, I need to just only be superficial and sell my body online.
Yeah, that's
Whereas
why
on
there's more
YouTube-
popular account. That's why there's more followers.
Yeah, because it's easier.
on TikTok. Oh, so you agree with me though?
No.
You just said it's easy to get popular by just dancing or whatever.
No,
on
Lane's
TikTok
always been on that team.
versus
But you said that there was just less. You said that there's less YouTubers than TikTok.
no, there's less YouTubers that are popular compared to people on TikTok who are popular.
So I think that the reason why you're thinking that,
because it's easier to get popular on TikTok because you can just dance and be hot.
I think that the reason, no, it is easier to get popular, but the reason,
Okay, so I'm right.
to explain is probably like just the way YouTube recommendations work. Like TikTok, you have to like to pass things like on your For You page. You just see everything.
You know a lot about TikTok.
I mean, I don't have it honestly, but Wyatt could back me up. I mean, I've seen people scroll.
Is TikTok famous? Just for the records.
I don't know why they're saying that. I do not have TikTok downloaded and have not had TikTok downloaded in 4 years.
But
now.
you're the only one here that has had it. Not that it matters, but at YouTube, like YouTube kind of like you have to find what you're interested in. I feel like, but TikTok finds it for you.
The algorithm.
That's the difference.
So I'm right.
No,
I think we're all.
Like, what's your point though? Like, okay, so here's your point. You're saying TikTok is worse because there's more famous people. Like what? Like what's your point?
That's why it's worse.
Why?
You're seeing there's more influence. I think more influence is bad.
Why?
Because
why?
You got me, guys, Ross. You got me.
Like, what's your point? Like, where are you going with
like
this?
the more people that are doing a certain activity, the more you'll be drawn to the activity.
It's the culture.
The culture, the community.
Right. Well, no, that's what we're like. I'm saying the culture is bad because it's superficial and it's telling girls to sell their bodies.
And the more people that do that, the more likely they'll do it.
My reason.
Well, no, we are linked.
No.
We're linked.
I don't really.
I was trying to link. I was extending the branch, and you burned the tree.
So
I just linked it.
I linked the cells.
So anyway, smartphones or flip phones?
I would see that. This is the thing. I would only do a smartphone if like we all did it. Or something like that.
We all agree.
Well, we have smartphones.
Sorry. I was just gonna say, regardless of whatever, we all agree it's all bad, but TikTok is worse because there's more whatever. Why there's more.
But I think
there's more famous people, and so people are led to that, and the things that they're led to are bad. So we are. It's all interlinked.
Yeah, and just take away social media for a second. Like, I think it's just bad to look at
just won that 1v2 debate.
I just think it's bad to look at screens in general. Like, whenever you're just staring at your phone for like hours, you not feel like drained? Like, I feel like my phone is like taking my energy, just makes me tired. You guys have any input?
You're right. No, I feel like, but for me, it's not my phone, it's my computer. I'm on like YouTube or something like that.
No, same with computer.
Something like that. And so I just feel like I've wasted a day or something like that.
100%.
So
and then you do it like depressed.
Yeah.
And
I'm like, what did I even do today? I just sat around and watched YouTube all day.
Literally, like my last like week down in college, I didn't like I only had like one final left, but I didn't have like anything else to do because I don't really hang out with a lot of people. So I just like watch YouTube. I would go to the gym and stuff, but like, gym that takes like an hour or two. And then I'm like back home, probably turned on a movie, then watch YouTube till like 2 or 3 a.m. and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Repeat.
And like YouTube isn't even that good until you find something that's good. But like normally, like I'm just watching like dumb stuff on YouTube that like I don't even enjoy that much. I just have nothing else to do.
No, yeah. Usually it's nothing that's
groundbreaking,
that's making myself productive, or
unless it's an Eric Dubé video.
I have been on the Andrew Tate grind recently.
Yeah.
It's been quite insightful.
I've been on the Michael Knowles grind. But yeah, no, I mean I agree. It's because like it would be I think I could live. Oh, sorry, there's some technical difficulties due to Ross there, but I could live with all of the aspects of a flip phone except for like just like texting. Like that would be the hardest part. Like no YouTube, I could live. No anything. I could live.
I mean,
no Reddit on my phone.
Cameras, camera galleries, like videos.
Yeah, but I
That'd
could
be
live
hard.
without it. Like I don't need to have
Yeah.
a camera with me at all
But
times.
Yeah, like I don't
pros
need a
of it-
picture of Ross's face. It's funny, like a funny Ross
Well,
picture or
you're
something
taking pictures
sent
of
to
all
my
stuff.
phone.
But it
They
can
are
be good
funny.
for memories. Like you see something from like 5 years ago, and you're like, takes you back a little bit. You know what
That's
I mean?
when I rely on someone else to have a phone.
Yeah.
Because they will, unless it's just us. But like,
What memories do we?
right? Like,
Well, you
there's
want a
nothing we
picture
need
of
to
like
take
my
pictures
basement
of.
or
Right,
something
or,
like that?
Sitting down.
Oh, I remember that time we all had like 7-Up.
Remember when Wyatt put a blanket on Ross's head? Like we don't like. We
Or
don't
the time
need
we
these
like
things.
tried Pepsi Nitro or something.
I forgot
Like,
about that.
those are the highlights.
Remember
of
when
the
we did the
year.
blind jelly bean test or whatever? Or what was it? Jelly beans?
It was jelly beans, yeah. Or no, it
No,
was
it was
Skittles. We tried to guess the
Skittles,
Skittle
yeah,
flavors.
The Skittle flavors.
We even made a YouTube video about that
Yeah,
one.
good luck finding that.
The archives are sealed.
Like, do we need a video of us playing the train game? Like, do we need that video?
I mean, it's funny. Just see what
No,
we're doing.
I mean it is good, but it's like I could live. It is, I think, the texting. Like that is the hardest part.
but it's like.
So is
everything.
it
People
worth it?
Google this, Google that. I mean,
And just be like, I can't. Just be like, no, just like think. Like, don't Google it. Just use your brain.
Use your brain, yeah.
Like, don't rely on, I can just Google it right now. Just actually think about it.
And maybe you'll like actually, because then you'll be more into reading and stuff, and you'll be trying to actually gain knowledge instead of being like, oh, well, how about? Because that's what I think. Like the education system right now is outdated because you have a phone and you can Google anything.
Yeah.
So why do I need to know what this
don't.
marketing concept is
Right.
just
when
in
I just
case you get a
Google it?
flip phone, then you can't.
Right. So like, imagine if in school we were actually learning things that you couldn't just Google in 5 seconds, like the history. Like you were
Yeah.
actually learning like actually history stuff, not just like name the president, name the second
No,
president.
yeah,
or whatever,
like on my stats final, like there was a question. It was like, which professor came up with this formula? And I'm like,
Yeah.
how in the world is this still a question in 2022?
Yeah.
Like
That's
this
a good
should
point,
not be a
actually.
question on the final.
Absolutely. I mean,
That's a classic.
I do agree, but at the same time, it's like we have infinite amount of knowledge in our pocket, on our computer, very accessible. Except like without the education system, nobody's gonna care to find that on their own, except for like
Well, then maybe it doesn't matter.
maybe 0.5% of
Yeah,
people.
it doesn't matter what stats professor
Yeah,
came
like,
up with
who
this
cares?
formula.
Okay, that doesn't matter.
Like
but
we
when
should
I'm,
be teaching
whenever I'm
things
talking
that
about
matter.
history, I do think history matters. How things like
Yeah.
happen.
But
all
no,
that.
what
Nobody is gonna
does
do
it matter
research on
who owned this
history on
boat
that.
back in
I don't think that's
1901?
true, Ross. Like I think like historians will still do stuff.
Historians will, but I think that it is kind of important for like the general population to know a little bit about history.
Well, okay, no, I agree, and I think you teach it to kids, like elementary school and middle school. School could basically say the same, but I think like in high school, like when we are in high school and we're still learning like memorize this stuff, like you shouldn't be doing that in
No,
high school. Like
yeah,
elementary
like-
school and middle school, yeah, memorize the presidents, whatever, learn the history basics. Like once we get to high school and college, it shouldn't just be memorize all these names anymore.
Yeah, like memorize what happened in this historical event.
And
I don't really care who the commander was, maybe, or like who was second lieutenant or something like
well,
that.
and more importantly,
Don't memorize though. Learn. There is a
learn
difference.
why it happened.
Yeah.
Learned why and learn how.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Why is Gamora?
And why it's like why it matters. Like
Why it does matter.
like teachers, like I think school, a lot of it should be like why should we care about this? Because it's like you ask that question and it's like, oh, because it's school. And it's like, but that is a valid question. Like, why are we learning this? Why should I care about this thing you're teaching me? I don't think that's like I think it's a good question that we should be stressing more.
But so here's the thing: with the flip phone, you can't Google now. So do we need to
We still
learn?
have-
Pull out my computer.
Well, the thing is, I cannot do flip phone. Honestly, I wish, but like the phone just has too much.
Ross
pros.
snaps a lot of girls.
Already
so
sold.
he's on the Snapchat. Girls he.
I'm
works
not
with.
going to respond, and I'm just going to let the 0 viewers we have just think that there are many girls queued up in my DMs. But
But here's the thing: the stuff that you can just Google, like what stats professor made what formula, doesn't matter. So I don't
Exactly.
need to.
oh, not
I don't
at
need to
all.
have a smartphone to Google it. So the things that do matter is the only stuff they're teaching now, and then is stuff that I actually should learn and not like I
Okay,
should actually
like,
retain
but
it.
what are
here's
the
the
stuff?
problem. There is a problem though with so you guys are saying that like, which I do kind of agree, where like there's no point in learning something in school if you could just easily Google it. But at the same time, it's like it's important for like students and like younger kids to be around technology because that's why they know better than adults. But at the same time, I don't think that we should be primary learning in school with it, even though it's important to day-to-day life. Because I think it's easier to pick up on than it is like I think that writing and like reading on like paper and stuff is, even though outdated, still really important because nobody really learns on a computer like they do in like a lecture. Like note taking on a keyboard is completely different than like writing it down. And I don't think it's good for kids to just be looking at screens all day. So what do you guys think of that?
I agree.
So,
Absolutely.
but then you take away the technology. It's like,
No, I mean,
what do you teach?
What they do is just do how they taught us. Give them a computer in high school. Like, it's easy
But
as
we
that.
got a computer in
Eighth
middle
grade.
school.
I mean, eighth grade
Which-
is basically high school. I would have been fine not getting it until ninth grade.
I got mine in 7th.
Yeah, seventh is what I meant.
Okay. Well,
You were projecting over me.
People were piloting them in 6th grade. I remember people had iPads in
Yeah,
6th grade, and I was
remember-
like,
I remember people piloting.
I want an iPad, and
Now
people had
we-
like Clash of Clans, and I was like,
Well, no, but see now,
I
like,
want
it's so
one.
In kindergarten, they
different.
have
No, literally,
iPads.
kindergarten through third grade, they have iPads. Fourth grade through I think eighth grade, they have the same Chromebook.
Yeah.
what's
And now
what's going to be the effect?
Eighth grade through
On
senior year,
Oh,
the effect
children.
is people don't know how to think.
Hey, my mom is a teacher.
You're just giving you're just giving like you just got this iPad, and you're just like, you just click a button.
Yeah,
and-
they go to the learning app. I'm just gonna sit over here and watch you guys learn on the learning app.
Yeah, and it's teachers aren't teaching kids technology is, and that's a big problem with just our youth is parents aren't raising their kids anymore. Technology is whatever they're getting in YouTube,
Yeah.
which is very bad, and we could talk about some other time or later. But it
Right
is
now.
like, but you are
Let's
right.
talk now.
To where kids can't think. My mom is a teacher in 6th grade, and I actually just went in her
Is your mom a
classroom.
teacher by chance?
I said it.
Many times.
Did I? Oh no. On this podcast?
Like, it doesn't matter. I was a joke. But
Okay.
yes, you did.
Well, anyways,
Where the
she
funny.
is, and I just went in her classroom like a week ago or whatever to help
Sorry.
out. And whenever I like after I talked to my mom, and I'm like, your kids are really dumb. Like these 6th graders, like I remember in 6th grade, I felt like I was smart, but like they seemed just so behind. And like all the teachers, like
Is it?
I think it's because COVID, but all the kids seem like 3 years behind.
I've seen a lot of studies. Like people are saying that. Like people are saying like kids are testing like 1 to 2 years lower.
Oh yeah, which is terrible. And it is definitely COVID, but over COVID, everything was over technology.
Zoom.
Yeah.
Spoon.
So we do need to stop this awkward silence that we do. So,
I think that was the only time.
but there's been times when it's been close and somebody
See,
else.
that's why
talks.
I always the conversation needs the free flow, like we're just talking.
Well, but we're
And
like
it never
trying too
does.
hard.
I know that's what I'm
But
saying.
it's because it's the
How do you
early
do
season.
that?
How it wouldn't happen is if we were at Joe Rogan. We were just sitting at a table with mics and we were just like,
Well,
We're just sitting on a couch with mics.
yeah, but we would never have this conversation. is the
yeah,
thing.
see, that's what it is. It's a conversation.
Like,
difference.
we would
Whenever
never sit
we're
around and
together,
be
we're
like,
talking,
"Let's talk
you see
about
that Andrew
smartphones."
Tate clip? Or,
Oh,
like, it's just completely different things that we're talking about. Whereas like this seems like, I mean, I'm cool talking about
but
it.
Rogan has people like smart people on, and he's like,
Well, he just asked them
Well,
questions. We have no
microplastics.
one to ask us questions and carry the conversation.
Right. Asking
Mm.
questions, and he's there asking questions like he's not asking Neil deGrasse Tyson about like Taco Bell. Like he's asking him about like stuff that in his line of work, you know.
Yeah.
And us, we're just like we have nothing to
Why
talk about it except for-
elaborate
Dang it.
on
Are
the balance
dinosaurs
sheet
real?
for us?
balance sheet.
Yeah.
I think.
Give a
Well,
little
what
bit.
Ross was saying something on like when how like parents' responsibility to kids and like technology is raising kids now instead of parents. Like I've been reading stuff, or I don't know. I've been like researching stuff on like how far like should that go, and like should the government be able to like restrict that kind of stuff? Like should the government be able to say like kids
No,
can't have technology, or not can't have it,
absolutely
but
not.
like
The problem is it's the parents' fault, and the government should not be responsible for
The
parents'
government
kids.
wants your kids to be on the technology.
exactly.
Absolutely.
And so should we be able to like ideally should, but the government
They
does
want,
not want them. To
yeah,
be
they
on
want
it.
them to be on it.
Right, and
So they
that's why
won't.
they are. I know. I
But
realize they
it
won't,
is
but
the
like, should
parents'
they?
fault. It is 100% on the parents, and the government shouldn't even need to. It shouldn't even be
Okay,
a
but
question whether they should limit
How's
it.
that been working?
Well,
Like,
the
oh,
parents
just
are
let the
dumb.
parents do it. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
but they're
no.
not though. So what next?
There's
going
no
to be
solution.
a
Wait, that
big-
can't
The
be
solution
the
is change the
truth.
minds of the parents.
How's that been working?
No, I'm
It's
saying
bad
it's
because
that's the
they're
solution. I don't know how to get to there though, because the government won't do it because they can't and don't want to.
But what if they like could? Should they?
No.
Oh, if they could, should they
Why and why do you say no?
implement? What would they be
I
implementing?
mean, I don't know.
Can I get a whole policy
The
plan,
one
please?
I'm thinking of specifically is at least like social media, like all social media, meaning Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
Yeah.
TikTok. You have to be 18 years or older to have an account and to
I mean,
use, not even have
I
an
think
account.
a lot
to
of them
use.
are like 13 or something. but
Okay, but number one, 13 is not 18, obviously.
I
And number
agree.
two,
Good point.
those aren't enforced.
Yes, but the thing is, the parents should know what their kids are doing.
Okay, but it's not. That doesn't work. It's not working.
It doesn't
The parents
work.
aren't, and they
It
don't.
does
And you're not going to be
with
able to
good
make them.
parents, but the problem is there's bad parents.
Right. So there should be good parents, and there's not. So because there's
There
not,
are. they're
what's the
just small
solution? I think the solution is the government says all social media apps it is legally binding. You have to require everyone to be 18.
Are you gonna go to jail if you have TikTok on your phone?
No, but my solution would be
I'll charge you $1.
the social media company. Like so if
They get
if it's
fined?
find out that Instagram it has some 15-year-old kid who made it through the cracks, Instagram is fined like 5K every single time. Or 10K. Because if you do that,
10Q.
Instagram is going to be really sure that no kids are slipping through the cracks. Because if you find if you try to find the parents, like it's not going to work, and they're not going to care. But if you're finding the company, like, because if you're trying to find the parents or the kids, they're going to be like, well, we didn't know, blah blah blah. If you're like Instagram, for every single person that's under 18, you're fined $10,000. Instagram is going to be really sure that there's no one on there under 18.
Is that when you want the cutoff? 18.
I think 18 is good. Yeah. I mean, maybe like not much younger. Like I would say 16 at the youngest.
The problem is though, like, which obviously it would change this. And I don't think it'd be bad to change, but it's just how our generation communicates. And there are a lot of pros on social media. Like, for example,
I mean, like you can still text. Like I'm not saying restrict texting.
Restrict
but
iMessage.
it is different though.
No calculator app until 18.
I still don't think the problem is there's just not enough good parents because these people weren't raised and they're just
Exactly.
lazy.
So because there aren't enough good parents,
There's gonna be a lot of bad
What is
kids
the
and bad
solution?
workers, and then
This
we
is
step
my-
up. We
this
take
is
their
my
jobs.
this is my solution to not enough good parents. Is I would prefer parents do a better
But the
job raising their
parents-
kids, but they're not doing it.
Okay,
So I think like the government has to step in.
okay, but the
I
parents
think
are
the
just gonna be
church
like,
should
okay, here,
step
go
in.
kick rocks or something. They don't have social media. They're still not gonna. Or here,
That's
go
better.
sit in front of this TV all day.
I think that is better personally.
It's better, but it's still just bad parenting.
I understand,
there's
but
Lane
no way
loves Big
around it.
Gov.
but it's better.
I mean, but I agree. I'm not saying it's worse, but at the end of the
So
day,
we should do it.
It's on the.
I
Parents,
think
not
that's
the
a
government, not the
restrictive of
companies.
too much freedom, personally.
How?
Don't have Instagram.
Yeah, like what? What freedom?
The app that I already don't have.
Right, like I
No TikTok.
yeah.
The freedom to upload a picture or something. I don't know.
Nah, man. Like I think it is worth it, personally. Like I truly can't think of any. The negatives I could think of are like the social media company like has like your birthday and maybe has too much information about you, but like
But
I
like,
I think it's
it would
worth
be
it.
it would have to be like you upload your driver's
Yeah, like
license.
Robinhood. I'm
Yeah.
envisioning it's like Robinhood makes sure you're 18. So whatever Robinhood does, Instagram does it, Twitter does it, TikTok
Robinhood
does
is
it.
an online brokerage, by the way, stock brokerage.
Yeah, sorry.
Not the movie.
Yeah, no,
Not the
yeah.
fictional character.
Yeah, no. So online stock market apps and online gambling apps make sure you're 18 or 21, depending on the restrictions. Like they make sure of that. So whatever software they use to ensure that,
I mean, yeah,
government forces social media companies to do that too.
I don't like it, but sure.
But why don't you like it?
It does not solve the issue.
But it makes it better. Like
It restricts
I
freedoms
think it's
without solving the
I
issue.
think it's better than doing
There you
nothing.
go.
I think it would be better than it is now. Thus, it's worth doing, in my opinion. And I
But-
don't really think it restricts your freedoms that much. Like,
Here's also
I'm not saying you
there's
can't
great
speak.
things with like social media and like internet and stuff. Like you could learn a lot from other
Yeah.
people,
And
and
I
you're
think
restricting what could be independent research and learning from the youth if they are driven.
bro, what independent research are you doing on TikTok?
You can still Google.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
you can
you learn
Google
things. There are TikTokers that have like informational stuff.
No, and I mean that is a good point. Like there's obviously pros and benefits to social media, but I think the negatives that it's doing to our youth far outweigh. Like far outweigh. Like we don't really know. Like we were old enough to where it didn't really matter. But like literally elementary school age kids, like 8 through like 13, 14 are on TikTok all day. And we were like
Yeah.
outside.
So like, are you
So,
saying
the problem
Is parenting.
the
Go
wor-
eat,
well-
go over there, eat some soy or something. That's pretty much what's
it's
happening.
better though. But the big problem is parents would just be like, I'm gonna make an account and give it to my kid. That's the workaround, and there's nothing you can do to fix that, unfortunately.
what about like?
But I think it would be better. I think it would lessen.
So
the
if
amount of kids who have
I'm a
it.
kid and I want like some information, I can only get information from some kind of institution or like
That's how it
like is
now.
it blog? Is a
I
blog
think, like,
okay?
articles. It would just be
Yeah, like a blog.
Like an
blogs
article-
can
articles
be
are
social
okay?
Media, but
I
I
mean,
think
yeah.
the difference.
I guess I see what you're saying.
Because then it's like the man is telling me how to think. Because they got control of the information, and I can't get it from Eric Dubay.
See, that's a really good point from Wyatt too, because it's like, then are you going to ban apps and keep websites? Because like you could make websites be like apps, and there's really no way around it. I mean, that would be like institution information because blogging kind of is social media. You break it down per the
I mean,
definition.
okay, how was it before the internet?
That's what I should go back to.
And that's what I'm trying to do. Like before the internet, did you just have institutions for your information? Like, but like, because you couldn't go to a blog, you couldn't go to Eric Dubay on YouTube.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
Definitely.
Books.
Right, book like, which is better. I mean, I would think.
I don't think so. I think everybody's saying their opinion is pretty.
No,
important.
and this is what I said earlier. Like the technology, I wish would have stopped at like TV. Like
And that's what
TV
I'm
is
saying.
as far as it goes. Because everyone likes watching sports, everyone likes watching Friends, Seinfeld. That was all before like the big internet phase. Internet is what makes it all bad. To
the
me,
internet is also
you can learn and blah, blah, blah.
Like
No.
you gotta have the scale, Ross. Like
Yeah.
what are the negative? Like yes, no one's disputing that there are good things from the internet, but like what are the do the negatives outweigh? What is the marginal cost here?
Yeah.
okay. So with the internet, somebody could literally come up from nothing. Like they could learn all these things without school. Whereas like
People didn't do that back then.
not
No
I mean,
one. There was zero entrepreneur in human history.
No one who was poor
before
ever
we
made
invented
it
the internet.
until 2000.
I just feel
The
like the
problem
internet
is,
is
Ross,
a tool that really
no.
dumb people can use to get really smart and amount to something.
But
Even though they might
books-
not have a good
books
family
exist.
life, or they might be poor, they might not really
Ross.
go to school, they might drop out.
you gotta weigh the opportunity cost. Like you have to look at like there are very, very big and real positives from the internet, but
There are bigger and more real negatives.
yes.
Okay, but you take it
Doesn't
away,
care.
technology pretty much stops developing.
Is that bad?
I mean, it is whenever we are the United States and every single other country has developed.
No.
technology.
I'm saying I wish technology, like, it just stopped. Like, it literally was like there was no internet. TV was as far as it went.
Mhm.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So my advice to you is wish in one hand, poop in the other. See which one goes up faster. It's a good grandma saying. My grandma says that a lot.
She coming on the pod?
The internet is already there. The technology is already there. There's no point in really.
We're talking about a hypothetical situation.
Yeah.
And you just said that other countries were going to be smarter than us because we didn't have the internet, and that was not what the hypothetical situation was.
Like, and
which is why I corrected you, which is why your statement is dumb.
I think my statement is perfectly fine.
I thought it was funny, but you're still wrong.
The wish in one hand, poop in the other. I mean, what's the point of talking about a hypothetical? I think we were talking about where to move forward.
You don't like hypotheticals?
Lane was saying ban the social medias for kids under 18. I mean, I just think hypothetical. Yeah, I wish I was born in like the 1970s. You know?
You don't think that's fun to talk about?
Why is so mad? I just saw the death stare. No,
What?
I mean, it can be. I just thought.
Just
we
so
were
you
talking about
know,
something else.
the very first discussion here was hypothetically, where do you want to live in the future? And Ross was fully on board with that conversation.
I
Ross?
actually remember saying,
hypothetically, would you want a flip phone? What's the whole point of this conversation?
I will say,
Hypothetically, is Santa worth it?
I remember
Because we don't have children. So hypothetically, if you did have children, is Santa worth it? Is Ross's entire
okay.
Hypothetical in one hand, pee in the
his
other.
magnum opus.
Okay, this is what you guys are not accounting for. This, like the so
This
in
better
reference
be a bomb you're about to drop.
with the Santa hypothetical, we were talking about like, do you think it would be worth it to raise your kids under the belief of Santa Claus? And
that pod's coming next week.
yes,
by the
we
way.
do not have kids. However,
You think we're not talking about this
that
right now?
can be applicable in the future. Whereas Wyatt's wish of no internet cannot be applicable. It's already happened. It just is like that.
How often do you poop in your hand?
It's just a saying, man. Have you guys never heard it? It's a good one.
You've never said it.
I think you may have said it before.
I
Or
probably
I've heard it
haven't.
somewhere else.
My
Lane
grandma
remembered
says it
that.
every conversation I have with her. Almost.
She coming on the pod?
No.
We will have a Zimu meme on the pod soon. Special guest.
Yeah, I think after that, I think we might have Trump or Kanye hooked soon. Or Ye, my bad. He's probably not gonna come on now.
Maybe Nancy Pelosi. I don't know. I was thinking about the documentary earlier.
Do we want to do Santa now? Just do it anyways.
Just rip it.
Just a little.
Okay, let's
just a
all
little,
answer the
like,
question.
finale.
Do you guys think that you will switch to a flip phone?
I would if we all would, but I know Philip will not. Ross, I think you said you won't.
I am unfortunately not on board.
Can you say your reasons? Because I don't think you did.
He loves the psychosis. He wants to be stuck in the Matrix.
I don't like the psychosis, and I have been working to lower my screen time, but it's just the benefits of a smartphone are just
Can you name them?
too great to go by.
Oh, you can text. I can text on a smartphone.
Yeah, you're right.
I can
text
call.
on a smartphone.
I can call on a flip phone.
Can you name
Yeah.
the benefits, Ross?
I'm going to list that once everybody else stops talking, which it appears that we have. So, for example, on my smartphone, you have access to complete, like, just the internet.
Which
You
we
have
just said was
access-
bad.
Computer.
I don't think the internet is bad. I think it is used in a bad way, but that doesn't mean it is bad. I think that's an
Doesn't mean I have to use it bad, but I do.
I would never get an abortion, but if someone else wants to, sure.
Okay, I mean, I can't beat that one. However, I could say I like listening to music on my smartphone. I think that's great. It's like an MP3 player. I know, but it's
I had one when I was a kid.
Literally $20 at Best Buy.
Yup, but the
Literally.
difference is I have unlimited songs on here.
There's a Spotify plugin.
I don't think there is.
I just invented it. That's the next business idea.
Oh.
Okay. Look, I have
But
the
is-
Bible
but is
on my
unlimited
phone.
songs good? Like,
I
Russ,
have access to contact all these people and texting in a good way. Wyatt has never texted on a flip phone. I have, and I know it sucks.
I have also texted on a flip phone.
I don't know. I could play chess on my phone. I could look at my stocks on my phone. I could look at my bank account on my phone.
All this you can do on your computer.
But I don't always have my computer.
But number one, all this you could do on your computer. And number two, just think of, instead of playing chess and looking at stocks and looking at your contacts and listening to music on your smartphone, if you didn't have that, think of all the things you could do.
Yeah. And the situations in which you don't have access to a computer, in which you only have a phone, you shouldn't be playing chess.
You don't
playing,
need to be looking
yeah,
at your
like
stocks.
you're probably at like school, maybe not school because you'll have your computer there. Maybe work. Talk to a buddy. Talk to a friend.
Yeah,
make
like
a relationship.
You don't need to be like listening to music Sigma mode, looking
Yeah.
at Robinhood stocks while you're at work.
Yeah.
Like you can like have human interaction and do work.
Yeah, and at work, I'm not really on my phone much. I mean, I'll just occasionally.
That was just
check.
an example.
Have you ever listened to music at work?
I do sometimes, yeah. But I also
What percent of the
talk to
time?
people and do my
What percent of the
jobs.
time would you say?
10.
That's
Cope. I mean, at the place where I'm currently employed, oh, it's higher than 10. Because I guess like for
Oh, it's actually 90.
3 hours, for 3
I actually
hours
did
at
inverse.
the end, the store is closed, so we can listen to music. So I guess that.
I mean,
No,
like,
and we're
that'd be
grabbing
like
at straws
40,
here,
yeah,
but like, like,
30.
Like, you
you
get
see
the
our
point.
point though.
No, I 100% see it. But whenever I want to do good, productive things on my phone, I would rather have it.
what productive
What?
stuff are you
Tell
doing on your
us,
phone?
please.
where
I'd
your
love to
computer-
know.
Where your computer is not 2 feet away.
What? For example,
Sam.
something I have been doing recently is I will read the Bible and I also play the audio on my phone.
Where?
Just bring the Bible with you
In my
and read
basement.
it, which is better.
In your
But-
basement? Your Bible is in the basement and your computer's in the basement.
However, what you're not considering
What?
is the space that the computer takes up is different.
In your basement?
It is easier just
If
to
your
open
best
the Bible
play
up.
for smartphones is that you can listen to an audiobook in your basement,
Okay,
you've got an issue.
it works though. I'm right. It's more
You're
convenient.
not.
It's already there. It's charged and all that.
It's charged
Ross,
is a point for a
there's-
smartphone.
There's no
apparently.
way
My
this
computer
your
is
best
charged.
argument.
My
There's
computer
no
is
way.
dead, guys.
This is Then how about you actually grab the Bible, the real Word of God, and read
Yeah.
that?
No, I do. That's what I was saying.
Sounds like you don't need a phone.
No, but I've been using the audio while I read along too because I just find that I learn a lot
Laptop?
better
in your
personally.
basement with your computer.
YouTube.com.
Or just read it. I think
Audiobook.
reading is better. I like audiobooks, but if I'm truly being like, if you're digging down to deep into my soul, I know that I probably should just be reading the words.
And
Yeah.
you should be reading it out loud. Really, it's probably the
Yeah,
I do
absolute
both.
best.
The only thing with
Great.
reading out loud, I like whisper whenever I read along to the audio books, but reading out loud,
Read it.
I
to Philip.
did. And the problem is, I could only do like 3 chapters reading out loud, and then I'm just completely done talking. And it makes me just stop reading. And if I'm like kind of into it, I don't want to stop because I lost the ability to read out loud. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
mean, I just feel like if your best argument for needing a smartphone is
It's
I
charged.
want to listen to something where my computer is right there that could also play the same
I
audio
mean, my
file.
arguments were also,
Okay.
GPS,
Well,
calculator,
okay. Hey,
the world's information, the internet,
we'll,
audio, music,
hey. We'll shut you.
cameras, phone gallery.
We'll do a reboot. This is ground zero. You can go again. What are the benefits of having a smartphone?
I mean, I just listed like 20 while you're talking.
and say them slow, and go one by one with explanation.
The internet. You have all the information.
Okay,
in the world.
access to the internet.
I know, very controversial of the people on this podcast.
Okay, no.
I think it's very useful.
And here's our counter. Your computer. What's your counter?
I don't always have my computer. with
When
me.
do you need to be on the internet?
When do you
that
need to be on
don't have your
internet
computer?
that you don't have your computer?
I don't. really have my computer that much. I just use my phone as my computer.
Okay, when do you need to use the internet? Like, what are some examples of when you're like, it is crucial I have access to the internet right now.
Life or death.
Right. Like when do you need this?
Not life or
If
death.
I
but
need to know where I am, which would be like GPS, it's using the internet, right?
Okay, well, so we can get to GPS.
Yeah.
But
GPS is a very strong
are you-
point that you haven't brought up.
Are you conceding the
I've already
internet?
said it.
You're conceding the internet and moving the GPS?
I mean, are they not the same thing?
Well,
They
I mean,
use
that's
it.
like
No.
a totally. I mean,
Okay,
when you say
whenever-
the internet, I'm thinking you're talking about like Google.
Google? Yeah.
Whenever I just have a question about something.
Okay. In what situation do you have a question that your computer is not nearby?
And
where
it is
are the
absolutely
situations?
essential you have the
Yeah.
answer to that question right now.
Let's
Like that.
say I'm like just out somewhere with friends, and then when somebody says like a big word I don't know, and I don't want to look dumb by asking, then I just hit the Google.
You just explained a very non-crucial situation.
I mean, it could be though, or like let's say
It's not.
I need to know how much money this costs because I'm thinking about going, and then that I'm not at home. Boom,
Huh?
Like what?
like food. I don't know, like a restaurant. See, the problem is it is easier. I mean, it's hard to think now, but I know that I Google things all the time.
Well, if it happens all the time.
But the reason you Google the thing is because you have access
and
to
because
Google.
you're reliant on it.
Yeah.
Like, you realize, Ross, for literally thousands of years, they did not have Google, and they operated
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
even
like
that
20
long ago.
years ago,
Right.
people did not
Like
have a cell phone in their pocket.
like 10 years ago. Like, iPhone came out in 2008.
Something like that.
So like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
people did not have the internet in their pocket.
Yeah.
Boom, I need to figure out the Chiefs score because I'm at work and missing the game.
No, you don't.
I mean, what if somebody tries to talk to me?
That's a
about
luxury.
it? It is the luxury, but I like the luxury is the problem.
And that's why they're winning.
You see the news, get notifications on the news, stocks.
If you don't need that,
Just-
that's
You don't
fine.
need the news
That's the
psychosis.
Matrix. It's the
You're
it's-
stuck in the
it's
Matrix.
Zog.
But it's just
You're getting
nice.
zogged.
It's nice to have.
No,
that.
yes, and it is nice. But
If it's
you
nice
said,
to have,
but,
and I
but to
have it,
start,
why would I?
It's
download it?
Wally behavior, man.
to start, you said you needed your phone.
I mean, it is very nice. Okay, I use it at work.
For what?
Work-related things. Like people ask me where something is, I could literally just search it on my phone. And I need to print. Sometimes I need to print things for work, and I print from my phone.
Would you get fired if you don't have a smartphone?
No, but it makes my job and life a lot harder because then I have to borrow somebody else's.
Or you could just find where it is. You could just find where the object is, the
Yeah.
item.
Okay, so how do I print the signs?
If you're saying you absolutely have to have a smartphone to print that thing to do your job,
I mean, I could
I
use
just don't
somebody.
believe that.
I could use somebody else's, but like,
Oh,
like,
nice.
Yeah.
Great. You got a relationship with a friend now.
Yeah, I
Maybe you
Okay.
can share God with him.
You're really,
Let me
you're
walk
really
across
close with
my-
some of your coworkers.
Let
I
me
hear.
walk across the store and pick up somebody's phone.
Got
Whenever
your
I'm
steps
asked to
in,
do something.
doing some
They
exercise.
probably have a workaround for people who don't own smartphones as well.
Yeah, probably Walmart has a computer somewhere in the store.
Walmart gives their own phone. Sam's Club, mine, they don't. You are on your own.
Well, great. Then use
But no,
the
you
Walmart
can.
phone.
There is a workaround. They hire people who don't have smartphones.
Yeah, the workaround is getting it from somebody else.
I bet there is another workaround.
Okay.
Is there a computer in the back?
Are you conceding?
You can print from?
You can't. You have to scan the barcode.
Ever heard of Instacart?
They
Yeah,
provided those
yeah.
phones.
I mean, I think, Russ, you are learning because Wyatt and I are scorching you at every turn.
Like,
Like we agree it is more convenient and it is
Yes.
nicer.
And I really, really like having a
Yes,
smartphone.
it's great, but you don't need it, and
No, I'm not
the
saying-
negatives outweigh the positives.
I mean, you're not going to die without one, obviously. But I think it's worth it to have if you already have one.
But why?
Internet, GPS.
You already lost the internet
things
debate.
like a smartphone is literally a million devices in one. Like you have a calculator too. Like,
Russ,
I don't
okay,
know.
okay.
You can't use that on a smartphone.
Ross,
or on
Ross,
a
listen,
phone,
here's
so
your
it's
problem.
worth-
Here's your problem. You know, in the Eric Dubay videos, when he's like, globe earthers always talk to flat earthers like they don't understand, or like they've never considered the globe is, or the earth is round. Like Wyatt and I know, we understand it's a million devices in one. Like you're not talking to someone who's
Yes.
never heard of a smartphone before. The flat earther has considered the earth as globe before. we know smartphone is more convenient. You have to say, why is it better than not having one?
Because the convenience is what I'm saying, and you guys keep on saying, but your computer.
What
But I
does the
don't always
Bible
have my
say about
computer.
taking the convenient path?
What does it say? Inform us with a verse.
Lead you down the
I
wrong
mean, I
path.
can find the verse.
Ross, we just went over the internet. I think we defended everything.
Yeah, and right
That
now,
was
look how
needed.
convenient it is that Lane could Google this verse.
My
that he's
computer's
looking
right
for.
there. It's literally right there.
Okay, you brought your computer here. I did not bring mine, so I would not be able to do that if I didn't have my smartphone.
And it doesn't matter either. Like, who cares if we don't find that
But
verse?
it's nice to know,
No, right, exactly. It's a luxury to know. It doesn't matter though.
and I like the
Not
luxury.
maybe it doesn't
Why would
matter,
I-
but it's not crucial that we know right now
right.
what
If
that
I have the
verse
money
is.
for smartphone,
No,
and it's
it's not a
something
money
I
thing.
use-
It's not a money thing.
okay, but why would I not have a smartphone then? Flip phone. Whenever even
Are you listening?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I had a flip phone, we would not really text because texting is just that inconvenient on a flip phone. Or just wouldn't work. And we'd call more, and I love calls, but the problem is you can't like do a group chat call like that.
The Christian life will not be easy.
True.
John 16.
Well, do you have a response to that? Why?
Which one?
I think that you would, without a smartphone, you'd lose contact with a lot of your friends' connections,
What are we doing right now?
hanging out.
Face to face?
Correct. What do you
And
say?
you think this maybe wouldn't be happening if we didn't have smartphones?
I mean, considering that we arranged the plans over text,
So you're
And
saying if
stuff.
I had a flip phone, I wouldn't text you to try and arrange plans?
You might.
Or Ross, consider this. No one in human history ever hung out. No one ever saw each other.
No one
before
was
smartphones
ever
were invented.
very good
No one-
friends. There were no best friends.
No one ever left their house before smartphones were invented.
So you guys did not let me get to my point.
You asked me a
Which-
question.
My point is, but we were able to stay this close of friends due to our smartphones whenever we were off at different colleges and stuff. So therefore, it is possible that without smartphones, even though that we could text, "Hey, where you at? Come over to my place" or whatever, at on like flip phones, I would not like a lot of like just casual conversations that I have like over text. I would not want to do with a flip phone.
You wouldn't take a minute to send me a text?
I mean, it depends what the text was. If I'm just saying like something
What if I said,
stupid
"Hey"?
just to maybe start a conversation,
Hey, bro. Here's my opinion, Ross. As of late, I honestly can't really think like what conversations are happening in the texts.
let's
Like,
pull it
there's
up.
none. I can tell you what they are. It's hop on Discord. And that's where the true conversations are happening because it's better to talk, to speak, to see each other, which we can
Oh, it
do
is.
on our computers. Like, there's no like the conversations that are happening are what time and I'm here on the way.
The occasional
Yeah.
YouTube video.
Right, yeah, just a
YouTube
link.
Andrew Tate
Right,
short.
yeah, like there's no conversation that's
And-
happening because we're all just hopping on a call.
So, are there no conversations that happen whenever we are? I mean, it's
Like,
not
really not
like
really.
during the
Like,
day
a
in the
few,
school.
like just like a few, but it's
there-
like
but those few, I'm saying, keep friendships. And we're not. I mean, you're about
If you
to
didn't have
move.
those few, Ross would not be your friend.
yeah, like what combos are you
I mean,
talking about?
I have lost touch with a lot of people because I have their
Well, wait,
number.
You have a smartphone though. How's that possible?
Because I don't text them. Like I have their number, but I don't just do the normal text.
But you have a smartphone, so I don't understand how it's possible that you could ever lose touch. with anyone.
Admittedly, I have not made effort to keep touch with these people.
Oh.
This is the laser
So it's-
game, and you just put yourself in checkmate.
So it's almost like it's more of an effort situation, and it's I want to stay in touch with this person, so I'm going to, no matter what, because I like this person and I'm friends with
So
them.
even though I have to click like 3 times on this keypad to hit the letter C, I'm gonna take the extra 2 minutes
Yeah, and see, does that
to
not
send
sound awful?
Wyatt a text that says, "Join the Discord call."
But
that's the
we don't-
reality.
Every single text is not join call or like there are some, whether you like it or not, like actual like conversations, and it's nice because sometimes
I don't
like,
think nothing
I'm
meaning.
too
Sorry,
busy for
not to
it.
interrupt, but I don't think there's very many. I don't think there's anything really meaningful that we're discussing over text message.
See,
There
you don't
are-
think it's meaningful, but
They're the
it
little
allows us
things
to
that
keep
maybe is
contact.
what you're thinking that keeps the friendship, those small things.
Yeah, absolutely. 'cause
The,
we don't
the
call
text where I
every
said,
day.
"Hey Ross, I'm 193 now."
No response to that, by the way.
Yeah, zero response from
And
Ross on
I mean,
that
that
one.
is another point.
And he had a smartphone.
Roz very frequently lately has just not been engaging in these so-called crucial conversations.
And
It's not
easy,
true.
The friendship-
easily sent
the
smartphone
friendship
messages.
will fall apart if text conversations don't happen. And what happens when Wyatt says, "Saw a homeless guy in the bushes"? Thumbs up emoji. What happens when Wyatt says, "Weighing in at 190 pounds"? Silence.
These are these crucial messages.
Without these conversations, friendships die.
This podcast wouldn't be happening.
Take the wheel, Ross.
See, Ross is in stage 4 right
Yeah,
now
Ross-
of like maybe a flip phone is worth it. Maybe
Ross
they're
is
right.
like Ross is. I know you can't see because you're on the.
Here's
You're
the
listening to
thing.
Spotify. Ross is quaking and crying right now because he knows the truth has been revealed to him. He is the microphone is falling off the stand.
So some things, some messages are like they're good to know. Like I think it's cool, but they don't warrant a response on a smartphone where texting is convenient. That number would go down significantly on a flip phone.
Here's the conversation from today. Should we do dinner since Ross doesn't work? Ross says yes. Wyatt says, "Are we doing gym?" Everyone says yes, gym. Lego Star Wars YouTube video is sent. Ross says, "Are we eating together?" We say yes. We say go to the gym at this time. Wyatt says, "I'll be late." Philip says, "You shouldn't have gone without me." And that's it.
And all that could have been done. Let's say you absolutely hate texting. I hate texting. I'm Ross. I can't click the 3 numbers, hit the button 3 times, hit the letter C.
You do not remember how bad it is to do that.
Sorry, also this image was sent today. That could
A
also
good
be
meme.
important to note.
Just give him a call. I don't think that's, it's pretty
Calls
easy on
are
a flip
inconvenient
phone.
with
Like
group
Ross.
chat settings.
Like,
No, you just call up Lane, call up Wyatt. Hey, how's it going? That actually might strengthen our relationship.
and they did it for decades.
They did it for decades. They did it up until like 10 or 15 years ago.
But those conversations, though, are different whenever we're in different places. Do not forget about that. So whenever we're at college, those text conversations are different than gym. You know
I mean, can you name one?
what I'm saying is, you
Where you
two
don't
could
just
get a flip
respond with the
phone.
monkey emoji? Like, what's going on, man?
You two could get a flip phone and test the waters, but for now,
Tom Cruise just leaked the Earth is flat. True.
in reference to a super or not a super, just a
Chiefs
football commercial.
Was that the one where you jumped out of the airplane?
Yeah.
That's
he's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
I know.
So anyway, you guys could test the waters. I
No,
am not
no,
willing to
no.
do it at the moment.
It has to
Are
be
you
everyone.
conceding to the internet part though?
No.
How?
But you don't. You
Literally
haven't
how?
any situation where
You-
you need it, or it's even good to use it. Other than like, I maybe need to print something at work, but like what are you talking about?
I would rather have something that I might need but don't need than to not have something that I
never
may
needed it, and
eventually
you've
will
never
need.
needed it once, and you've had it for 10 years.
Okay, I don't even have my own personal computer. Think
But
about that. What do you think about that?
You literally do.
Like for college, like you do.
I don't. Own
I
it.
do for college.
I do not own it.
You're talking
I will
about
have to turn it
semantics.
in.
You have a laptop that you call your own.
I don't own it.
Do you have possession of it 24/7?
Sometimes.
Name the times you don't. Before freshman year. That was the
And
last time you
after
didn't
senior
own
year.
it.
And after senior year.
So you owned you had possession of a computer from your
Mhm.
freshman year until the end of your senior year. And you were
Mhm.
saying what?
I'm saying that I don't own a computer of my own.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
Exactly. Exactly it.
We can change the word instead of own, we can change it to possess if you'd like.
Sure.
And Russ, you're always gonna have a computer.
Like whenever your senior year is over, you will buy a laptop.
It's possible.
You will.
Or can I just use my phone?
I mean, like, you're not
Save
going
money.
to, though.
We'll see. We will see. That's it. I don't think I'm moving. I mean, I think
So you really have no debate for this internet thing.
Other than I may need it someday, even though I've never needed it ever.
Okay.
And so I'm just gonna magically.
I mean,
Like, really dig deep here. I really want to reach you. I think that you're there, but for some you know that taking
Here's
that
the
step
answer.
means your life will be less convenient. Less,
But that's not a bad thing.
It's
Like
not
convenience, like overly relying on something, like your phone, overly relying on your phone is not a good thing.
mean,
Relying
I
on the
would agree with
convenience
that.
of it, like you become reliant on the convenience factor.
yes.
And here's something else I think. You're saying the internet, but that's not really one of the important reasons to have it for you. Because if it was, you'd be able to tell us why. So instead, you should tell us why do you actually want
Sometimes
to
you
keep
see
your
what's
phone.
what's really going on here?
Sometimes you just do research on your phone.
Can you name one?
And we're
Okay.
back.
Yeah.
Today, I was doing research on tobacco
Where?
on my phone.
Where?
5 feet away
What
from his
location?
computer.
At my house.
Okay, like
I mean, that's just where I'm at. Like, it could be on my break at work, or
but
it could
it's
be
not.
anywhere.
But it wasn't.
Okay, what about this? Notes on phone. Notes are pretty important for me.
Yeah.
I use it a lot.
Ever heard of a pen and paper?
I saw a YouTube video.
I don't always carry a pen and paper.
I saw a
with
YouTube
me.
video the other day of a guy who was like, I carried around like a dollar store notebook, like a small notebook and a pen in my pocket every day for a year. And I watched like 2 minutes and I got bored. But
See, here's the difference between me and you. I watched that whole video and bought one and didn't use it. But I did buy one. That's how I never told anyone. I didn't tell you guys. But I watched that video and I was like, oh, I'm going to do this. And then I got it and I was like, eh.
But can you pull up your notes? Let's see. Like
I use them all the time.
What's
there's
so
a lot.
crucial? And if it is, could you just get a pen and paper and use it there?
Or,
Because it is better.
not going to lie, your flip phone probably has a notes section.
But it's
I have to click the button 3 times.
Just write it.
Then it's not crucial.
And-
it's
Ross,
not. I
if
click
that's
the button
stopping
3
you,
times.
it's not
I have to click
crucial.
the button 3 times, 500.
By the way,
times.
here's a quote from Ross: "Writing is better than typing." He said that 20 minutes ago on this podcast.
Yeah.
It is for learning.
He said writing things is better than typing.
It is for learning.
So, what notes are so crucial
Okay.
that
This one's pretty good.
You need them,
On
but don't
the
need to learn.
20th, I have an eye appointment at 1 o'clock. That is today, and I forgot about it. So now I know that I have an appointment at 1 o'clock today, which is kind of tomorrow.
Keep a
where
planner.
were you when you took that note?
I was at my house.
Oh.
Oh.
Probably about 10 feet away from a pen and paper.
Okay.
probably
but Am
closer.
I going to read that pen and paper? How am I going to find
If
it?
you
What if I
keep-
misplace it?
if
What if
you
my
keep-
mom moves
Okay,
it?
here's number one. Number one, flip phones have calendars in them. Number two,
And notes.
yes, they do. They
Mine
may
did
have
not.
notes.
I think they probably do have notes.
Mine did not, I feel
They
like.
do now, though.
Semantics.
See, but you don't even know for
I
a
mean, I
fact.
think mine did.
It's a
I'm
very,
pretty
very
sure-
simple
like,
function.
I'm pretty sure mine
I'm pretty
did.
sure
It
smartphones
might.
have,
Like,
or flip phones have notes.
And they definitely, I'm pretty sure they have calendars. Even if they don't, you can keep a planner, which, by the way, is how they did it 10 years ago. Like, people didn't just miss all their doctor's appointments 10 years ago.
I'm not organized like that. I don't use
Ross be
planners.
like, I hate the problem of the smartphones and the social media and blah, blah, blah.
Russ,
And then
like,
he'd be the problem.
like, come up with such, like, everything you're describing, people did without smartphones. So, like, what do
No.
you need a smartphone for?
Because it's better at the job. That's what I'm saying. It's just so
Efficiency?
convenient and efficient.
Abortion is more efficient than having a child.
I mean, it's
Riding
perfect.
around on a
I don't think that's a fair
like
comparison.
hover bed is easier than walking. Referencing Wall-E.
Collecting welfare is easier than going to work.
Yeah,
Real quiet.
I mean,
Pretty quiet since that one dropped.
I think that the comparisons are all.
We gave you 3 and they were very accurate.
Okay.
They're off.
Okay.
They're off in what way?
Like,
So you think
Notice
that
he-
you owning a smartphone, which you currently do, is as bad as abortion? which is what Lane was comparing it to.
No, but I compared it to a very simple task of riding around in a hover bed
Yes.
versus walking.
No.
Yeah.
Russ,
So
Or
the difference
running.
is
the point of the abortion thing was obviously not to say that owning an iPhone is
No,
as worse as
Lane,
abortion.
It was to
You
get
do
an
not
emotional
have to-
response from you.
It was, and it worked. He started weeping.
And crying.
You should have seen his anger.
He was
eye.
raging.
He was the Wojak of the guy screaming.
Ross, please just you know
Ross,
that
the
you are
point
wrong.
Was
That's
to
the
say
problem.
That just because something is easier or more efficient or better at the job does not mean that it's the right thing to do.
Being a Christian is not the easy path.
Yeah, it's very inconvenient actually.
I understand. And again, I will say I think that I think I do realize that maybe I don't need my smartphone as much. However, I still stand where I am not interested at getting a flip phone at the moment.
Can we get a why?
I like my smartphone for
Okay, but
Why
skip
do
over
you
the
like
internet.
your
Let's
smartphone?
skip over the internet.
well, no,
Okay, okay.
we don't skip over it.
You have to
We
concede.
already talked about it.
You have to concede
Yeah.
because you must realize
okay.
you have to like you can't just go in life like not realizing these facts and truth.
I said that I think I realized that it was less crucial.
Okay, internet
At the
is less
moment-
crucial. Next,
Thank you. Okay.
Yes,
What
but that
would you
doesn't
like to talk
mean
about
I
next?
still want it.
less crucial. Next,
I mean,
one.
I think a lot of the phone, but okay, let's go to GPS. I think kind of internet, but GPS really good. We don't need to talk about that much. Because obviously you could buy your own GPS, but you carry your phone everywhere with you, which is why that's good. Camera, phone gallery. Yes, flip phones do have cameras, and phone galleries, however, the quality is very bad. It's a smaller picture to look at, and like videos, like I mean, I like keeping the memories and scrolling through them.
I mean, the same thing applies. What did people do 15 years ago?
They had
They
photo
weren't.
albums, and they had
Here's what it is,
cameras.
Ross. Here's
They
a-
They
lived
lived in the
moment.
moment.
Ross,
There you
Ross,
go.
here's even some Andrew Tate for you. Because I know that you love to chow
Yeah.
down on the Andrew Tate.
And you're gonna say exactly what I told you earlier.
You told
Dad.
me this earlier that if someone is on their phone taking a picture or taking a video with their phone, they're trying to seem like they're having a good time.
Yes.
Whereas,
which is
just
the case.
have a good time.
Well,
Just enjoy everything.
Live in the moment.
You don't have to take a picture of everything. They didn't do it. Like you don't have to.
Yeah.
Yes, it's nice for the memories, but just be there.
Also,
No,
like
and I
mean,
100% agree,
like
and I don't
cameras
take many
exist. Like,
pictures.
I mean, I can go open up. My family has like 3 giant bins full of just
Yes.
pictures.
Like the truly
Yeah.
important events, that you truly need to remember forever or want to even, you will have a camera.
Yeah.
And here's even the checkmate piece, Ross, is someone else is going to have a smartphone there. And you can look at their pictures. You don't have to have one.
But
to
can I
have that.
save the pictures?
You can just ask them. Hey, send that to me.
Email it to me.
Let me see it. I want to. Yeah, just let's look through your camera roll. Let's remind me of those days.
Email it to me on my computer, which we're saying you're allowed to have.
I mean, yeah, but
Okay, thank you.
again,
Okay,
All right,
next
so
one.
I
what's the
said
next one, though?
let me
Yeah, but
talk
what's
a
the
little
next
bit.
one?
What do you got next?
So, for example,
You
said the
literally
Andrew Tate
cannot
thing,
beat
which,
us.
Which I do agree, and I actually told you that, so now you know I agree.
It's called the
However,
Uno reverse card.
it is good in living in the moment, obviously. And I actually don't take many pictures. You guys both take many more pictures than I do.
And it's
That
a
would
problem.
stop even.
I wouldn't do it.
However, that does not mean
I like it.
You don't have to. Okay, so
It's-
sometimes
Better at the job.
sometimes I'm just not, like having a blast. Like there's nothing I really could have on my phone, but it's still like cool. Just take a picture of something funny. I mean, I don't know. Just remember the night, even though we aren't doing something like we're not at Worlds of Fun or something. I don't know.
I remember that time Len put a blanket on Ross's head.
But it's funny and you're laughing about it.
It's a fictional situation.
No,
Ross.
it's not. It's,
Ross, it's like, but you don't need that, man.
Ross, 15 years ago.
you don't need
15
it,
years ago.
but it's nice.
Like,
though.
Ross, okay, think about, like, last summer, maybe even 2 summers ago.
You don't think it's cool for future grandkids to be looking at like what we were doing
No,
whenever
It's going to
we
be
were-
crazy.
I have actually thought about that a lot. I think it's going to be insane. Like, these parents who are documenting every single thing their newborn baby does, like, I think they're going to, I do think it's going to mess with them.
And like
Like,
I've seen
look at
one
these-
picture of my dad when he was like a teenager.
Yes, literally.
Like there's like one
hey,
picture.
Hey,
Oh,
grandson,
yeah. I mean,
look at these literally millions of images we have of you.
I've seen like 20.
And
It
here's
is
a video of
weird,
me in Ross's basement putting a
Yeah,
slapping
look at
his
this.
neck
Hey,
or something.
grandkids, isn't this funny? they're not gonna care, and they shouldn't. Like we don't need to.
I mean, I would like to see stuff like that in my grandpa. I think it'd be just cool.
It would be insane. It's going to be weird. But I
Yeah,
understand what you're saying. Like, you know, memories, whatever. But is it
Just
crucial?
remember where you came from.
Is it enough to outweigh the negatives that looking at a screen all the time does to you?
I mean, that's up for debate. That's what we are debating currently.
And you think it's yes? You think your grandson looking at a video of Wyatt putting a blanket on your head outweighs you getting sucked into the Matrix every day?
I mean, it's just the convenience.
Ross,
overall
let me
of
tell you,
everything.
they want you to answer how you're answering. They want you to
Oh,
defend their
yeah.
side.
I mean, I agree.
Okay, do you hear what you're saying?
I hear exactly what I'm saying.
Do we need to
and
play
I am
it back?
saying it.
You're saying you want the other side to win. You are okay with being
Who is the
stuck.
other side?
The elite.
Which, can you give me an example of a couple?
The gov.
Okay.
Like, the answer, Ross, is the devil. That's truly what it is. The enemy,
and that
the
is
ultimate enemy, sin.
And I mean, with social media and the internet, this is just going back to the internet, but just with everything, it is like the culture is pushed, and the culture is not a holy culture, obviously. However, that doesn't really stop us as much. I mean, I'm sure it'd be easier, but like, we still stay in our lanes.
That's my name.
It is your way.
The other say you said, or earlier you said why it's important, and I said why it is important.
I didn't even hear that.
And no one heard
I
it.
didn't either.
Play it back.
Ross, so do you hear what we're saying?
No,
like
I
you
hear-
agree this is bad, and you are okay with it being bad and you being consumed in the badness, and you like it, and you want to stay.
No.
Think about that.
This is the difference.
Like,
I am saying it's bad. However, I'm actively getting better at it.
What if
And
I told you you're
living my
actively
truth.
getting worse?
Okay.
And it's a lot worse.
What if you told me that? What would be the case?
Ross,
Well, no,
okay,
that is the reality.
It's
Ross,
not.
Do you think it is worse off now or 20 years ago?
It is worse off now?
Like
Okay.
in
It's
2
getting
years, do you
worse.
think you're not going to be watching YouTube Shorts?
Maybe. Yeah, and I'm slowing down. I'm purposely. I mean, we talked last
okay,
time.
yes,
we were here.
you're purposely slowing down, but why not just slow down
Cut
all
it
the
off.
way? Like why not? Like if you can acknowledge it's bad, then
But-
why not just get rid of it?
And Ross,
I don't think
here's the
it
crazy
is
thing.
bad.
We are the same right now. But for some reason, you don't want to hang on. You're like hanging on to this matrix viewpoint. That, like literally, we are the same right now. I also watch a ton of YouTube Shorts. I watch a ton of YouTube. So I'm very, very lazy and unproductive most of the time. But for some reason, I have ascended past you.
I don't think.
Why do you think
YouTube
that is?
Why is it? Why can I? Why am
Okay.
I seeing clear and you're seeing fog?
Is it the coffee?
I don't think YouTube Shorts is necessarily bad. It's spending
YouTube
a lot of
Shorts
time
is just
on
an
it.
example. It's other things.
But I don't think, if I'm on YouTube Shorts for like 10 minutes just because I have nothing else going on.
What else could you be doing though? Just what if you're just
No.
not on a screen?
I
Like you're
understand.
bored for 10 minutes? And what if your instinct is not to go on a screen?
Yeah, and that's
Imagine
what
how
it
much
is
better it
at
would
work.
be.
And the instinct is I'm bored, but I'm going to do my job.
Okay, I'm saying
And that's
you're not at work.
8
you're
hours
you're
a
at
day
home.
where I'm just bored and I'm just letting my brain think.
What if you did that all the time? Or you read, or you
Or
went
you
outside,
volunteered.
or you talked to, or volunteered, or wrote down business ideas in a
Yeah.
business
The
journal.
thing is, I read on my
or
phone.
talked to people.
But the thing is, what if I told you I read on my phone?
Which do you,
You
do
don't
more
have to,
on your
though.
phone? Read or watch YouTube Shorts?
I mean, it's probably honestly 50-50.
Bingo!
Bingo.
Okay, there's no way it's 50-50.
Okay,
I mean,
I think the debate is clearly won by Lane and I. I don't think any of us are going to get flip phones because Ross and Philip will not. Not to speak for Philip,
It's
but
just to
he probably
marinate
doesn't.
on, Ross.
It's just
think
like
about it.
we're not actually going to get flip phones. But
No.
if the opportunity arose where maybe you could choose flip phone or smartphone, I don't understand how you would be on the smartphone side after hearing everything we just said.
But you guys aren't going to get to flip phone.
Because of you.
Okay, let me tell you this: we could still text, and we could still call. So why would you guys not? If you guys think it's a great thing, I encourage you to do it. If you think it'll
I
help
can't
you
do it
become better.
without you.
I think you can.
You are the backbone.
You're the backbone of
See?
Duep.
And this shows the listeners everything they need to know. If they really thought that
If
what
you
they were
think
saying,
anyone has listened this far to this
For an
like
hour
2-hour
30 in.
episode.
at the end of the day, you guys said all this thing.
So what do you think about Santa?
And I have realized that I think my smartphone is less important than I realized. However, I'm still not willing at the moment to switch. But it seems like you guys think that it is this devil and you guys are unable to do it.
We want to pull you out of his grasp.
But
To
you're
hell
not even
with
out.
the devil.
How could you pull somebody else out if you're not out yourself?
We're helping each other, bro.
You can use me as a step
No.
stool.
And I
We're
will-
carrying each other. We are.
And
We're like
all I'm
it's a
saying-
three-legged race.
All I'm
Ross.
saying
We're the
is I want
tripod.
you guys to be the trailblazer instead, and I will help and I will encourage, and I'll even take your phones away from you. Here. Let me see your phone. Oh, why is defending his phone? Because he loves it.
Yeah,
No, that's the point.
Ross, like
No.
this is the problem. Yes, like I'm addicted to my phone. So are you. So are all of us.
Yes. So get.
I think it's bad to get rid of that addiction. It is easier. Like Ross, they have like addiction. Like what I'm trying to say, it's like rehab is a thing. Like
Absolutely.
people don't just like Alcoholics Anonymous. Like people like go in a group and like it's a community of working together to break addictions and to break bad habits.
Yeah.
Like you can't just do it on your own. You need other people
Yeah.
and you need God to help you.
Yeah.
And so you being like what we're saying right now is if I was like, Ross, I'm an alcoholic. Please, I need your help. Go do it on your own. I don't have time for you. I'm gonna go play Clash
That's
of Clans.
exactly what
Going to
it
play
is.
Clash. You can go live in your alcoholic basement and drink yourself to death. I don't
It's
care. I'm gonna go on TikTok.
I would encourage.
That's how you sound right now.
I've used my GPS.
Hold on, I need to make a note real quick.
Appointment on the 16th.
Yeah, sorry. This is too important.
Okay.
Any response?
I
Do not put the mic in my face. But what I can say is nothing. I mean, it's a decision that you
gotta
have
make
made.
a note.
You think that you are. I think that
The worst Ross can do is he's gotta make a note.
but you guys, you two would both be going through this journey together since you guys are on the same wavelength here.
Ross,
And I would be there.
The thing is,
for-
I'm mad that you're not on the wavelength.
Russ, there's a Bible verse. And I don't remember exactly what it's talking about, but I think it's talking about like when someone is struggling with Christ or something. Or it's the one we were talking about the other day about like confronting someone or something.
Yeah, if you have a friend, confront him, but if he doesn't listen,
Right.
bring 3 other friends.
Right, well, it's in there, and it specifically uses the word 3. And I know because they said it in my Bible, in my home groups a lot. They would always say a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. And they would say
Three
that
wise men.
because
ape together strong.
they would say that because when you have one person, obviously they can fall easily. When you have 2 people and you're only one person is keeping the other person accountable, if one person falls, the whole thing falls apart. But if you have 3 people, it's just a better structure. Like a
Dynamic.
triangle is a shape. 2 lines is not a shape.
Yeah.
A stool needs 3 legs. It can't do it with 2. Like just like 3 is the strongest thing, or more, obviously, but
Yeah.
3 is the strongest. And it says it in the Bible, and because they knew, obviously, like when you have a cord of 3 strands, 3 people is not easily broken. And so you being like, well, you 2 alcoholics can go over here. I need to print this thing at Walmart real quick.
I mean,
But-
you guys made
Gotta
some.
make it.
I will say, you guys made some great points. I think at the moment I'm still in the no, but maybe after college I will reevaluate.
all right.
Because honestly, like Snapchat, it's really important for me now because that's how I stay in contact with a lot of my friends at college.
You mean girls?
What they do 15 years ago.
No, but that's just irrelevant because it's what we do now. It's the way that our generation cultures
Mail a
interact,
Polaroid to your
and it's
bro.
what my friends have, and I want to talk to my friends because they're my friends.
You're giving into society. What does
I
Kanye
am.
say?
You just took the blue pill.
What does Kanye say about giving in to culture?
Don't give in, be nobody's slave. Great line.
Right now,
And this
You're a
culture,
slave to the
slave
man.
a lot of worldly desires.
you're my
I mean,
slave.
School of Rock. Stick it to the man.
But I am not willing to give up my communication, my main source of communication with a lot of my friends at college at the moment.
What if I told you it's not your main source of communication? It shouldn't be.
And it doesn't have to be.
And it doesn't have to
It
be.
is whenever we're not together.
And you're loved. And you're important.
Reevaluate
When
after
you walk
college.
in a room, people wonder, who is that guy?
Case is
Cause
closed
chaos.
at the moment.
Okay, I think that's about the debate.
It's wrapping up. In
Santa.
case anyone has
Gonna
any-
be honest, Ross kind of
Yeah.
got destroyed. It didn't mean to be a debate, Ross. It didn't mean to be that hard.
I
on
know.
you.
I mean, it didn't mean.
I literally am probably worse off than you right now.
Oh, same.
This is my cry for help that you just let me drown.
He is the alcoholic dragging himself.
I'm literally-
bleeding.
I'm literally trying. I just talked
Yeah.
like for like an
You
hour about
help
how
me.
I needed help, and you just
Oh, no,
Also,
yeah.
pushed,
okay,
made
because
me
the
sink
answer
deeper
is-
into the quicksand.
For like a year, and I do know like Ross has been like taking steps to try to reduce his screen time, and like I always say I should too, and I never ever.
Yeah,
do.
I never do. And the worst part, like obviously mine was the
This is
lowest,
my screen time.
but like my computer screen time, I know is so bad.
And that's what I'm
If it
saying
was
too. It's
tracked.
like, is it really worth the convenience if you're still going to be on your computer all the time? Or on your
Would I
phone?
just trade another? Would I just trade it?
I don't think you would.
You can't.
It's
You
harder.
cannot get rid of your computer.
Getting
though.
up to your computer, like it. Well, for me, maybe you seem to be on it more, so I don't know personally. But for
I'm
me,
on it in my bed.
I see. I never am.
I like
It's
lay
harder.
down and like.
The neck beater.
I literally am.
But also, like that's only when you're home. Like when you're out and about, you're just not on your phone all the time. Like,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
easier.
not anyway though.
No,
Like,
I
No,
know.
whenever
and
we're
people
going
in
to
social
restaurants-
settings, this is what they'll do now.
To be clear,
Instead of talking, hop on the phone. Do swipe around on Instagram,
Wyatt did this at dinner.
scroll
Yeah.
through.
But I feel like we don't really do that often.
No, so to be clear,
We don't.
we are like in the fringe, not nearly as bad, and you especially, Ross, are not nearly as bad as everyone else. But we still do it more than we should.
Yeah, and I'm talking about like in other socials. Like
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the elevator going up to the 4th floor of the building at school. Pop out the phone
Your school has
Instead of-
elevators.
instead of. I know your school has elevators.
I don't use them. I'm not an elevator guy. I like stairs, unless it's crazy.
Instead of talking to the person next to me and saying like, this elevator's slow or something. Something. It's crazy. There's no music playing right now. Or get rid of that or something like
No
that.
girls.
Or talking to the girl next to me in the elevator. I'm instead either silent or just pop out the phone because
It's easier.
probably the phones have like made us have a lack of like social interaction.
Yeah.
Oh.
faux show.
yeah, nobody. I mean, nobody's
And
arguing.
And you like it.
I no,
Ross,
I
like,
don't.
it's his kink.
It's weird. No, I don't.
I
but
hate
I'm
that
just saying,
word. So
I know.
it's such a weird word.
It's just I don't think it's worth it, at least right now, to do the trade off on flip phone, especially if I'm just gonna be on the computer more, which I would be 100%.
At Walmart when you're scanning.
I'm
Your
not.
computer's not going to be there.
But even then, okay, like I do use my phone for a little bit of my job. However, I'm still not really on my phone at work.
That's good.
I know, but it's like I just
I
don't
was
think
on my
that the
phone
trade off is worth it.
The entire price dropper shit every single time.
Oh yeah, whenever I mean I was too.
It's not about the what is reality. It's about the concept and you not agreeing with it.
I said,
And on that note,
I agree that it's.
But yeah, I think the debate's over. Like I said,
it wasn't supposed. You were supposed to agree with us.
Yeah, you were. Well, he does deep down. He
But
just
why
can't
would
admit
I?
it.
Why
Sunk
would I
cost.
agree? See, here's the thing: you guys are agreeing, but you guys are not going to make steps to get.
It's a
flip
concept,
phone?
right? It's a
Cord of
concept,
3 strands is not easily broken.
right?
If I were, I understand, but if I were to agree, I would. I'm saying like I would buy a flip phone, and that would be my phone.
No, we're just saying a concept. Like at the beginning, it's a hypothetical. We were like, if all. I think at the beginning I said I would do it if everyone else did
Yeah.
it,
Yeah,
and then Lane came in with the clutch Bible thing, the tripod thing,
it is cool.
which Ross completely dismissed.
No,
Ross
I
is
just said it
like,
was cool. I liked it.
I don't believe that part of the Bible.
No, it's cool.
That one verse,
I
I
mean,
don't think that one's
The
real.
more people, I think, the better.
I'm down with the
generally.
semen in the Bible, but
Those
the
verses,
tripod,
those are
we're not
good.
doing that.
I mean, I think that was a great Bible trivia. I kind of messed up.
No, it was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think
It's a
that's the
little different.
podcast. That was honestly a pretty funny episode. Talked a good debate, good debate things. Yeah,
Okay, next time for possible Santa Claus or
I think we kind of covered it.
Why
literally,
does not want to
literally
do
here's
it?
what happened is we were like, I think it was you were like, so do you want to talk about Santa? And we were like, before we talk about Santa, let's just summarize the phone thing, and then we talked about the phone thing for another 45 minutes in that summary.
Yeah, because I said
that is what happened.
I said I would not get a flip phone, and then it was all everybody was just on me, which is fine. I mean, discussion, and I think that they made some good points, but I just don't think it's worth.
Well, leave some comments in the comments down below.
Yeah,
if you would buy a flip phone.
yeah.
Maybe you already have one. Maybe you're
Are
commenting
you
on
stuck
a
in the
computer.
matrix?
Yeah.
All right.
I think that's it.
See you next time.
See ya.
Adios.